Good morning, friends. In this video, we will discuss the next test on the fine aggregate, that is specific gravity of fine aggregates. What do you mean by specific gravity? Specific gravity of an aggregate is the measure of its strength or quality of the material. If you say, if you have two samples of aggregates, may be fine, may be coarse, one specific gravity if it is 2.3 and another specific gravity for another sample is 2.6. It tells that this is of good quality, this is of lower quality compared to this one. Okay, it does not mean that it is a very waste material only. When you are comparing two or more samples, if a aggregate has a specific gravity higher, then it is called as a good one. Okay, actually what is happening here, if you take a aggregate piece and if you enlarge in a microscope, it may contain some small pores, in higher specific gravity, these pores are not present or very less. In lower specific gravity, these voids or these pores are little bit more in number. That is why we are telling more voids means poor quality, less voids means of higher quality. That is why the value is more here. Okay, if voids are not there, if voids are not at all there, or only one or two voids are there, then it will consist all solid portion. No, void means what? Empty portion. Void means empty portion. If voids are not there, total aggregate sample is full of solids only, then obviously its weight is going to be more. Specific gravity is nothing but indirectly measuring the weight. So how we are measuring, we will see in the next slide. In the beginning, you understand that if voids are not there, then it will have specific gravity higher. If voids are there, then it will have specific gravity a little bit lesser. Higher specific gravity, higher strength or high quality. That's all. Okay, that is what we have explained here. If aggregates have low specific gravity, then it is weak in strength. Obviously, we have just now seen. It is defined as the ratio of mass of a given volume of aggregate sample to the mass of equal volume of distilled water at the same temperature. See now how you are measuring means what? If there is a aggregate sample and its volume is V1, now we are going to take the weight of this aggregate. Let us say it is W, or let us say it is W only. Okay, W. I will not I will not write W1 or something like that. Just I will write W only, and here volume is V. Okay, so this is aggregate. Now same volume, if you take water, volume, let us say 10 centimeter cube for the time being. Just for the example purpose, I am giving 10 centimeter cube is the volume and its weight is W. If you take the volume, same volume 10 centimeter cube, same volume of what? Of distilled water, and you are measuring its weight. So I will write WW. So this shape is irregular there. Don't worry about that one. Understand the concept that here is volume, here is also same volume, here it is aggregate sample, here it is water. So weight of aggregate of a particular volume, here weight of water of how much volume? Of the same volume V only, so specific gravity is nothing but this weight of aggregate sample, so WA of a given volume to the weight of distilled water of the same volume. I hope it is clear. It is defined as the ratio of mass of given volume of the aggregate sample to the mass of equal volume of distilled water. Equal volume of distilled water. That is how we have explained here. Same volume, same volume. Here weight of aggregate of given volume, weight of distilled water of the same volume, Then if you take the ratio of their mass, I have written W is nothing but here mass only. So their ratio, then we call it as specific gravity. We call it as specific gravity. I hope it is clear now. Okay. So going to the next one. What is the procedure? What is the procedure? How we are going to find in the laboratory? There is one small apparatus, we call it as pycnometer. It's called as pycnometer. It is nothing but a one jar, glass jar or cylindrical shape glass jar, and it is having one top cover. That's all, lid. Okay. Don't worry about lid portion. Here you assume that it is a cylinder. First you need to take its empty weight. First you need to take its empty weight. Second time, okay, second case, for the same pycnometer, fill up to here maybe one third portion for fine aggregate of fine aggregate. Here you are filling what? Sand. Here you are filling the sand. So take the weight. So this weight contains what? Weight of cylinder or weight of pycnometer plus sand. Weight of pycnometer plus sand. Third case, in the third one, what you are doing? Aggregate is also there. To this one only you are adding water. You are adding water up to here. So this contains what? W3. W3 contains glass cylinder or pycnometer weight, fine aggregate weight plus water weight. 3 is here. In the last step, you are removing everything. Okay. You are completely filled with water only. You are removing everything and completely filled with water. So you are taking that one weight as W4. You are taking that weight as W4. Now, having all these values, how to calculate the specific gravity? Here it is the formula. Note down the empty weight W1, that is there. Okay. Note down the empty weight W1. Second is fill one third, that is W2. Third is fill with water, that is W3, what we have seen. The last one is W4. So formula for that is W2 minus W1 divided by, this is divided by W4 minus W1 bracket minus W3 minus W2 So this portion is nothing but dry weight of aggregate. Yes, W2 minus W1 will give dry weight of aggregate. So this total portion will give what? Weight of equal volume of water. How we are writing? In the denominator, W4 minus W1 bracket minus W3 minus W2. Okay, this is the weight of water of same volume. Okay, on the top you should write W2 minus W1. This is nothing but weight of aggregate. So this value will give you specific gravity. Okay, this is the experiment for specific gravity. So generally specific gravity 2.3 to 2.8 or 2.9 it will come. Okay, specific gravity is general value 2.3 from there to 2.9, like that it will be there. Okay, for fine aggregate it will be nearer to 2.3, 2.4. For coarser aggregate it will be 2.8, 2.9. Okay, like that. It's very simple. Now that experiment is same for coarser aggregate also. So we have seen two experiments in fine aggregate. What are those two experiments in fine aggregate? That is one is sieve analysis and another one is specific gravity. Two experiments now we have completed. These two are there for coarse aggregate also. The procedure is same only. So how we have done one third of weight now? There you are filling two third of weight. That's all. Two third of jar weight. Okay, two third you are filling coarse aggregate. This one. For sieve analysis, the total procedure is same. Total procedure is same, only the sieve sizes will be changing there. Okay, we will see that one, but the total procedure is same. So I will not explain once again. You can watch the fine aggregate sieve analysis video. Okay. Now here in this one, bulking of sand. Next type of concept here is bulking of sand. Simple in the beginning, you understand that bulking is nothing but increase in volume. A little bit volume is there. When you add water to that sample, the volume will increase. Volume will increase. Maybe cotton, maybe any material, if you add water also, that volume is going to increase. Same way, if you take a sample of sand, fill it here like this, sample of sand, to this you add a little bit of water, mix it well, obviously its volume is going to increase. You add a little bit of more water, again volume is going to increase. You add a little bit of water, the maximum height is somehow is reached. Okay, so let us say that maximum height, let us say it is h2, maximum height is h2. Okay, so this increase in volume due to moisture presence is called as bulking. Okay, so this maximum value, if you add more water also, the volume or height is not going to change. Height, why? As the add more and more water, the sand will start settling down. Okay, then how it will appear? If you add more and more water, the water is at the top level, almost all saturated sand will come and deposit here. Almost all sand, total sand is comes and deposited here. So the least volume when you see is, let us say it is h1. Let us say it is h1. Least volume, two cases you are going to get. When it is fully merged in water, when you see the sand is fully submerged in water, that time also its height of sand is very less. Or when you take the driest sample, or when you take the full dry sample, no water, then also its height is h1 only. You understand these two. H1, that the least volume or least height in this case, is same when it is full dry, when it is fully submerged in water. Both cases the sand volume is least here, or very less. Okay, so that is why full dry condition also you can measure its volume, or under submerged condition also you can measure its least volume. Okay, but in between, if little bit moisture is there, then the height is increased or the volume is increased. So that is why we are calling it as the bulking of sand. Why it is happening? Let us say one small grain of sand in a big microscope kind of a structure. If you are taking the sample, what is happening here? When you add little bit of water, thin film of water will form around these particles. Thin film of water will form. Okay, thin film of water will form around this one, around each soil particle or around each sand particle. So this film of water, thin film of water around each sand will act as a surface tension, will create surface tension. So surface tension force will push other particles, will push away. So this sand particle will push this one away. So this is also pushing this one away. What is happening in pushing away? So pushing away means what? Obviously the volume is increased here. Pushing force means it is moving away, no? So that time what will happen? The particles are moving away. So that is why you are seeing height increase. Okay? I hope it is clear. When you add a little bit of water, the surface tension or thin film around a sand particle will be formed of water film, and it will create surface tension, and it will push away other neighboring particles. So that pushing forces push the particles away. So you are seeing what? Height increase or volume increase. But when you add more and more water, this surface tension force will become zero and sand particles will start settling at the bottom. Sand particles will start settling at the bottom. So that is why you will see height decrease. Okay. So you can see here that only explanation here. You can see the presence of moisture in sand increases volume. Is it clear? The presence of moisture in sand increases the volume. This is due to the fact that moisture causes film of water around sand particles. What is happening here? Film of water around sand particle, which results in increase of volume. So, if you add 5 to 8% of water, or you can say moisture content, if it is 5 to 8%, then you can witness 20 to 40% increase in volume. See, let us say if it is a 100 cubic meter volume, if you add 100 cubic meter volume of sand is there, if you add 5 ml of water or 5% of this to water, let us say here up to, but when you mix, its total volume will be 140 or 130% or 120%. So that much increase in volume you can see by adding only 5% of water or moisture. You can see 20 to 40% increase in the volume of sand. Okay, depending upon what? Grading of sand. More fine sand means bulking is high. If coarser sand is there, then bulking is less. Simple. Okay. Finer particles, surface tension is more. Larger particles, surface tension is less. More surface tension, more bulking. Less surface tension, less bulking. Okay. That is the bulking of sand. Here you can see the finer the material, the more will be increase in volume. Simple. Finer is the material, more increase in volume. This phenomena where increase in volume happens due to the presence of moisture content is called as bulking. Okay. Okay. Here you can see what is written. Free moisture forms a thin film around each particle like this. Thin film. Okay. So this film of moisture exerts surface tension like this. Which keeps neighboring particles away. Okay. So there is no contact between particles. So there will be no contact. So that is why you can see a bulking. You can see the bulking. Okay. No particle contact means more volume. No. Okay. So here bulking increases with the moisture content up to certain limit. Only the bulking will happen. After that, what is happening? Reduction in volume will start. What is happening? So you add some water, volume is increased. You add a little bit more water, volume is increased. But you add more and more water, the volume of sand is going to reduce. Okay. When the moisture content reaches saturation point, before this bulking happens. After saturation point, the bulking will not happen. Volume is going to be decreased. The fine aggregates, no bulking. Okay. After saturation means what? Fully submerged. Then it is going to show no bulking. Reduction in volume is going to be happen. Okay. Next video we'll see.